Yes, yes. It is time for the meditation experience. And as we prepare for this holiday time, as we look back on the year that has is on its way out, we may realize that there have been some good things happening in our lives. One of the things we did at the beginning of the year is think about the meditation experience in a different way, wanting to remind you of things that are your birthright, wanting to remind you so that you don't forget when things get a little frenetic out there what belongs to you by birth, what you came on the planet with, what can never be taken from you. Because sometimes when we look out there, we don't trust that we have what we need to move forward in our lives. We don't trust that this thing called a birthright, that we have been ordained and supplied and inundated with gifts. We forget that. But this month, we're going to focus in on remembering very specifically that God's peace and joy are mine. God's peace and joy are mine. And it doesn't require me to do anything to receive it. Many times when we think of peace and joy, or when we think about this time of the year, it's about giving something. And many times we think that if we give, we lose. But God's gift of peace and joy are yours eternally, no matter what is happening outside of you. But you have to tap into it. You have to allow yourself to feel accepting of it. You have to allow yourself to be open to it. You have to remind yourself that I don't have to do anything to receive it. I just affirm it. I declare it. I decree it, and it is mine in the instant that I speak the word. And so today we're going to speak the words. We're going to allow the truth, and we're going to relax into it without effort, with ease. You see, it didn't say God's peace or joy are mine. It said God's peace and joy. I receive both of those, and I don't have to give anything. I just open to it. So let's open to it now. Go ahead and find yourself in a comfortable seated position, feet on the floor. And just take a moment to pause and notice what it feels like to feel your feet on the floor and not your mind racing into the future. Let's just feel this moment. For when we are present, the fear evaporates and the peace and the joy return. Plant the palms on the tops of the thighs. And just take this moment to look around the room or where you are. You're not in the past, collecting, remembering the things you did incorrectly. You're not in the future, worried, and therefore not trusting in your connection to the vine. God's peace and joy are mine right here, right now. And from this place of knowing, from this place of safety and receptivity, let us allow our eyelids to gently close. You see, the simple act of closing the eyelids sends a signal to our brain that we can relax. And that signal goes throughout the body as we breathe. Each breath signals more and deeper relaxation. So let's just take a few seconds here to notice the breath, each inhale and each exhale. We remember that God's peace and joy are mine. Just feel the deepening, the relaxation, the acceptance of God's peace and joy. And whether the breath appears to be deep or appears to be shallow, it matters not. What matters is our remembrance of the truth that God's peace and joy are mine. They flow on the breath, and I accept them now. Beautiful, everyone. Now let's collectively breathe together. We're going to inhale for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, exhale for 4 counts, and then settle into the peace and the joy for 4 counts. Let's begin. Inhale deep into the low belly and hold for 4. Open the mouth, relax the jaw, sigh it out, and drop deeper into the peace. And receive it more and more and more. In through the low belly again, expanding the low belly, making more room for breath, more room for peace, more room for joy. Hold it there. Without collapsing the body, just release the breath and make room. And with the silence comes the peace and joy. In through the low belly, up through the rib cage, expanding the sides for a count of 4. And hold. And relax the jaw. Release it. Let it go. And open to receive. In through the low belly, up through the rib cage, expanding the sides and the front and the back of the body. Hold it there. And sigh it out. And settle into the peace and joy. In through the low belly, up through the rib cage, now allowing the breath to rise to the heart chakra, center of the chest. Hold it there. And then release the breath and making room. Sigh it out. And settle, dropping deeper and deeper and deeper. In through the low belly, up through the rib cage, up through into the heart. Hold it there. And sigh it out. And as you release the breath, you drop deeper and deeper and deeper into the peace and the joy. And let's slow it down even more as we relax the body and accept and make room for the truth. We're going to slow it down for a count of 6. Inhaling through the nostrils for 6, holding for 6, and exhaling as we release it through the nostrils for 6, and then dropping deeper and deeper for 6. Let's begin. Inhale through the nostrils, welcoming the gift of breath, the gift of peace and joy, holding for 6. And exhaling nice and easy through the nostrils. Lips are closed. See how good it feels to relax and receive God's peace and joy. Take a few rounds on your own, in and out through the nostrils, for this will be our form of breath work for the remainder of our time. Each round, you feel yourself sinking deeper and deeper and deeper. And you welcome the experience of meditation. And as we take these full breaths, we release any tension from our feet, our hamstrings and our calves. They relax and let go. Our knees relax. Our thighs, our glutes, our hamstrings. We let it all go, for we are supported and held. And let that energy rise as you release your attachment to the past or the future. And you sit ready and receptive. God's peace and joy are yours. Let that energy flow out the crown of the head. And let that energy connect us to each other, forming a stronger bond. Let it flow back down through the crown, across the third eye, down the throat, across the shoulders. Feel the relaxation flow down the arms and out the fingertips as you sit as a completely open vessel to receive your birthright of God's joy and peace. I will monitor the time. You just take the inward journey. And if the mind wanders, it's okay. We lovingly, compassionately bring it back to our affirmative thought for today and for this month. God's peace and joy are mine. God's peace and joy are yours today and eternally. God's peace and joy belong to us all now. With our eyelids still closed, we gently, beautifully, lovingly accept God's gifts. Many times we think that if we give a gift, we lose, that if we don't allow ourselves to receive, something is wrong. These gifts are always available. And the moment you close your eyes and take the breath, you have access to them. Take them with you this week, for God's peace and joy are yours. Let that sink in. Walk around the planet from a sense of knowing. Let's begin our return, gently waking the body. Maybe you wiggle the fingers and the toes. Plant the palms on the tops of the thighs. Inhale, draw the shoulders up by the ears. Feel that elongation at the center of your body. Exhale as you release the shoulder blades nice and easy, back and down. Again, filling up. Inhale through the nostrils, drawing the shoulder blades up by the ears. Releasing the breath as the shoulder blades draw back and down. No rush. Inhale, shoulder blades draw up by the ears. Exhale, releasing the shoulder blades back and down. And now bring the palms together at heart center. Right there at the heart chakra, center of the chest. And if you are able, bow the chin towards the fingertips, noticing that opening of how the energy flows from the base of the neck all the way down the spine, flowing down the legs and out the feet. Allow the eyelids to gently open, finding a nice soft point to focus on. No strain on the eyes. Inhale, raise the chin, raise the gaze, release the breath. Maintain the joy and the peace. Namaste.